Every GT7 racer has been handed their fair share of unjust penalties, but since the latest update, things feel like they have just been taken up a notch. This race exposed the reality of the current iteration of the penalty system, with things seemingly hitting a new low for Gran Turismo 7. But despite the penalty system's best efforts, I threw everything I could at getting a good result in this one. And let me tell you, it made for one hell of a race. Let's go. Oh, someone's dropping back. Is that Lewis dropping back? That's Rory dropping back. So immediately we have one of the rapid drivers in the race dropping to the back of the field to try their hand at a first to last challenge. He may be out of the way for now, but I'm sure he'll be coming back through the field extremely quickly. Come on. So we were through turn 1 cleanly, and this was going to be a great race. Group 4 cars at the Red Bull Ring, a circuit that I feel I'm relatively quick at and seems to always produce close racing. We had chosen the Genesis, which was definitely the meta car for this week. Coming down into turn 4 for the first time, this was all about to get very cosy for the front 5. Got caught up a bit there. Oh! And Kentish Gent was very keen to get on the throttle there and just runs wide off into the gravel. So that moves us up the order. But having gained a position, we were now under threat. We had a challenge from the Spaniard round the outside and he wasn't giving us an inch. And incredibly, he manages to hold it around the outside not once, but twice. That is one hell of a move. I'm going to put out of that because there's no point going side by side through there. But keen to get onto the cars up in front, I get a little bit too brave with the inside curb. Oh! Just watch this. Taking a few inches too much curb completely upsets the car. I have to put on full opposite lock to keep it out of the barriers, and it means I'm late on the throttle for this long and incredibly important straight. But luckily for us, GT7 have turned on the custom slipstream once again, so the ultra strong tow has pulled us right back into this race. They're going for it up top, that's why I didn't go for it there. I thought about going for it on the Spaniard in front, but then I saw the top two were side by side, and I think they're both a pair of savages actually. Looking back at the replay, this wasn't actually as bad as I first thought, but it was still a strong move down the outside of P1, and it was costing this front group a bucket load of time. We've certainly come across P2, and I saw some issues with P1 as well. The Italian is now P2, there we go, so let's see. So I'm trying to play a long game here, especially with Rory dropping back. I'm in P7, 1 second behind the leaders. Oh, look at this. Right, just be careful, Rory, just be careful. Think of the exit. Go. I had to exercise patience here and be so careful not to ruin my race. When cars are this close together, it can be an absolute minefield. Brake. Lined up. And go. Oh, I've touched him. No, I got too good an exit. But we still had a great chance up into turn number 3. But little did I know, this was the point where things were about to go horribly wrong for me. Guys. I don't know what I could do there. Let's go. We have to take it sometimes. No, I didn't do that. So, court is in session. Watch this back and decide if I deserve punishment here. It all got very close together and we had contact from behind into a pack of about half a dozen cars fighting for the same piece of tarmac. Let me know what you guys think. Ah, goodness gracious. Ah. Am I the only one? I'm the only one who got a penalty out of everyone. Oh my goodness. Right. Hey. Woosa. Woosa. So with our massive 4-second life sentence penalty to serve, I was hoping this wasn't going to drop us right to the back here. Last. Right, what can we do from here? Come on, don't give up. We're only 4 seconds behind the leader. So the comeback was on. First on the list was Loopy. We were alongside and this was going to be a textbook move up the inside into turn number 4. Now it was time to get after that pack in front. And this strong slipstream was going to be crucial if I had any chance of making a comeback. I had to use it to help me catch the pack in front each time I successfully made a move. So I elected to bump Scotty up in front in the hope that I could follow him through. Go. And now with him isolated, I had a great run up to turn number 4, which would help me overtake at the tight right-hander. A little deep on the brakes, but we got it stopped. Next up for us was that big pack in front who were just a second up the road. We're doing alright, guys. We're doing alright. Considering we got a 4-second penalty, to be back in the top 10 is not bad going. But later that lap I saw the pack in front fighting to this double right, and there is simply no way both cars are getting through there quickly. So I knew this could be our next opportunity. But we're making our way through. 3/10 off the quickest lap. All I could focus on was hitting every apex and getting a great exit. With these long straights here, that was the main secret to a good lap time, and that strategy kept paying off for us. But as I was up the inside, everything came to a standstill on the apex. I'm going to get nailed for that as well again, aren't I? On the way in, the pink car hits this car that we're on board with, slowing him down to pretty much a complete stop. I wasn't expecting that and had nowhere to go but to drive directly into him. But GT7 right now always seems to penalise the last hit, not necessarily the one that actually, in my opinion, caused the problem. And you can see that I'm fighting the urge to get really frustrated. That only ends badly when racing. We recovered well from the 4-second penalty last time, so if we can keep our emotions in check, we have a chance of doing the same again. But then, to add insult to injury... For crying out loud! That was Kentish! Okay, let's start again. Just trying not to let the negative thoughts creep in. So we were back in P12, but this time we knew we had the pace to rise up the field. And this incident really helped us out. Again, one car brakes a little bit too late and everybody else gets bundled out wide. But while that chaos was ensuing behind, we were sending it up the inside. Defending it really well, I wasn't able to get the move fully completed on the Frenchman. He was still alongside, but we were in prime position for the run down to turn 4. However, Greg wanted to prove that he was last of the late breakers. Greg's had enough. Okay. Let's keep going. I think this is probably the most unlucky race I've ever had. But with 4 laps to go, I knew anything could happen. They're 4 wide up in front. The super strong slipstream meant nobody could get away, so the front 4 were engaged in all-out warfare. You have dirty tyres. And as I expected, they turned in, but I just didn't have the grip. Oh, crikey. Still got so many laps here. I'm thinking there could be an outside chance for a podium after everything. So all I needed to do was to keep my head down and keep putting in solid laps, and I knew the race would come to us. There was no strategy in this one, so it was just lap times that could do it for us. Someone's come a cropper. Once again, everything getting chaotic at turn 3 with 2 people battling and taking out the unfortunate Spaniard. We've also got someone in the lane of shame. And then at turn 4 there was another battle to capitalise on. This race was looking like it was starting to turn around for us now. That's the battle for third right there. Can you believe it? Surely not. Surely not! And we've gone purple. The penalty was about to remove this driver from in front of us. Now we had clear track ahead. And just like I had hoped, the next 3 cars were battling in front. This podium incredibly was starting to seem like it could just be within reach. Sorry if I go a bit quiet here. If I can somehow do this, it might be one of the best races we've ever had. Go! And if you enjoy great racing like this, could I ask that you check that you're subscribed to the channel? It would massively help me if you were, to help me keep making videos like this. But where the penalty system had only taken from us in this race, it was about to give us a gift. They both got penalties! They've touched. They've touched. They've touched. Now my focus was all on this exit. We had to get a good run here. He's got another penalty. Oh, okay. And lessons from earlier on in this race told me that if the front 2 were battling, it just didn't make sense for me to try and move up the inside. They're battling. Let's just stay here. They're touching. Oh my word, he's murdered him. Oh my word, he's murdered him. And it looked like Lewis didn't like that defence, so decided to end both their races. Their loss though was our gain. There's a podium. Come on! So this next move would be the one. Could I grab a good result from an extremely difficult race? I knew I could do this. He knows we're there. And all I could do was make sure he was driving in his mirrors at this point, hoping to put the pressure on him enough so that we could make a move and get alongside on one of the long straights. One last lap to do the unthinkable. Let's go. We hit our marks perfectly. Breaking point, apex and exit. We had a great run, but so had the driver in front. We were all over his rear bumper, but which move to try here? Inside or outside? He didn't defend, so I had to send it. Let's go! Now I had to go into full defence mode, something I hadn't had to do at all in this race. covering the inside, I had to force him to try the impossible round the outside at turn 4, but he had cut underneath and was now alongside. We'd survived the double left, now to survive just 3 more corners. From last twice, this race could actually somehow end up in a podium. But he braked so late and somehow kept it on the track. No! 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 But yes, but no! Ah! Oh, what a race! So many heartbreaks in that one. It was a roller coaster of emotions. Speaking of roller coasters of emotions, you should watch this video here where myself and 15 subscribers attempted to take on the 200 laps of Le Mans. Thanks as always for watching.